Thursday afternoon here in the Tiger City of Metro Mandaluyong here in La Salle Green Hills. And you're still tuning in the 2025 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League Rising Star Cup. And right now, we've already done with our Match 1 and Match 2 and Match 3. And right now, we're about to see two new teams still in search for their first W here in the competition. Miriam College going against Assumption College in San Lazaro. And for our match number 5, of course, old rivals, familiar foes, Far Eastern University and University of Santo Tomas. And right now, of course, these two new teams, everyone, we have a big delegation here in Shakey's Volleyball Invitational, but we're about to see two new teams ready to showcase their talent in sport in today's match. Stay in a while because we're about to start our game number 4 here in 2025 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational.
Bangoy. Another middle blocker, number 17, Haya Tejido. Opposite hitter, number 18, Caitlin Chua. Setter, number 19, Aliana Sulit. And the starting libero is number 9, Bea Clutario. The coach for Miriam College is Abe Nepomuceno. Now let's meet the starters for Assumption College San Lorenzo. Led by team captain, opposite hitter number 4, Paula Katigbak. Outside hitter number 1, Sofia Jimenez. Another outside hitter number 2, Princess Lascano. Middle blocker number 6, Isabela Fajardo. Setter number 12, Isabel Saraspe. Middle blocker number 14, Brianna Cordobes. And their starting libero is number 16, Bea Alvarez. The coach for Assumption San Lorenzo is Amy Guanco.
You're still tuning in here again for our game number 4 for Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League Rising Star Cup. My name is Jong Panerio, and alongside with me is Richie Cordero. Richie, right now we have a biggest delegation of 30 teams from different schools all over the Philippines. To date, 30 teams want to participate, and 2 teams right now, Richie, haven't gotten their first win here in this competition.
Well, I guess exposure that both of these teams have had in their previous games, this is the perfect opportunity for them to actually apply those lessons and make the adjustments they need to be able to gain their first win.
Definitely, I could not agree more. And surely, what I can say is that I'm really excited to watch these girls to show their talent and sport. And as we start this competition, first point here coming from the Miriam College, and this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And right now, Richie, since for sure these two squads, you know, wala pang familiarity, they're both new sa strategy and the kind of playmaking ng bawat isa. What do you think will be the key for them to win this match?
Well, I think it's, first of all, composure when it comes to getting those first balls, giving them to the setter, and actually activating their spikers, especially in their previous games. They both lost to La Salle Isabel, Team B. So from that time, I think the adjustments they need is, of course, establish their basics and execute more plays.
Exactly. Textbook volleyball ang kailangan dito ng bawat kupunan. And right now, in Miriam College here, 2 points. And this time, their search for their first W. On deck to serve there from Miriam College. Good reception. They'll go from the back row. It will be a free ball now, and it will be an error. Another point here for Miriam.
Free point there for Miriam College, while Assumption is still struggling to get that first ball.
Well, they really need to work out their service reception here because that is the basic in volleyball. If you cannot have a better service reception, your setter will be having a hard time to set that ball to your spikers.
Palitan naman ang service error dito. This time, a free point for Assumption College.
And we have a very short format here for our teams, Richie. Only 3 sets. The first team who got 2 sets will win this match. Where every point really matter. A service ace now here for Assumption San Lazaro. And the serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza in chicken and mojos now. Reverse set now. Assumption. This ball. Easy pick up there for Miriam. Another free ball dito for, and a point there for Miriam College.
May not be the hardest of hits, but good placement here coming from the set of Sulit. You saw that it was an out of play set already, but her attacker was still able to adjust and actually look for a position where it would be most effective.
And this time, Miriam College are on deck to serve. Mr. Captain Mangahas. Another service ace here for Miriam College. And right now, nakikita natin dito, Richie, medyo shaky yung service reception ng Assumption. So what do you think they really need to work out here for them to gain a momentum?
I guess it's also anticipating the first ball, especially when it comes from a serve and another service ace for Miriam College. But again, anticipating that you will get that first ball and taking responsibility of the position that you have inside of the court.
At mukhang napaswerte pa nga yung regalo, yung over-receive dito ng Assumption. This will be a point for them now as their team captain, Katigbak. Paula Katigbak is on deck to serve. Errors piling up here, Richie.
Yes, we have to consider that they're also still warming up since it is the first set. But that's what's risky about it because we are in a 3-setter match.
Yes.
They need to establish that dominance inside of the court and remain composed to be able to gain and build up their momentum as well.
But I can see here, may net defense itong Assumption. But again, they really need to work out here their floor defense because this is another point here right now for Miriam.
Miriam right now has been able to execute plays and activate their spikers, especially the wing spikers, which is good for them. But now Assumption may need to have more agility when it comes to receiving and anticipating those attacks.
Would not agree more. And here for Assumption, they can just simply rely dito sa errors ng kanilang opponent. They really need to make their own point. But of course, another regalo dito for Assumption, and therefore they're going to take advantage with that. Good pick up there. What will be the play? Confusion on the side of Miriam.
Miscommunication there from the spiker and their setter, Sulit.
And Richie, you were once play as a setter. So
Yes.
how hard it is, you know, to avoid those miscommunication, those confusion inside the court.
Oh, it's very hard, especially when you're still finding your groove inside the court. But once you become so familiar with the communication you have with your with each of your spikers, kasi iba-iba yan. So I guess it's really the communication and voicing out because as a setter, you have to be one of the most vocal and basically a leader, of course, because you're a playmaker inside the court.
And I think one of the hardest duties pa of a setter is that you really get to know each and every player because each and every player has that different kind of sets.
Yes, that is your responsibility because iba-iba din talaga yung like the preference for their set. But for that, I guess it's working out for Sulit and let's see that play once again.
And Sulit.
Makapungay.
Oo.
Now we're seeing Miriam having a smoother transition when it comes to getting their plays.
Well, let's see what will be the strategy here for Assumption as now they're being denied here sa net, and another block point here for Miriam College.
Now we see the difference that Miriam is really doing well in guarding that net, especially with the soft touches that Assumption College has been doing.
And they need to work out as well. I think more than the reception, they also need to work out their net defense because the Miriam College right now is very active dito sa net. Well, good pickup here. But that will be a point here for Assumption.
An over-reception for Miriam that just made it difficult for them to save that ball. So dikit ngayon ang laban, and we're actually seeing or we're looking for that momentum to be built up by one of our teams. Because parang palitan din yung bola and tsaka yung puntos.
And right now, Richie, I think it could still be anybody's game. I mean, both teams still trying to get their momentum. But let's see who will have their momentum as we're already going halfway through. But this time, salita ng puntos. Miriam College naman, a point here from Makapugay.
Lucky shot here for Makapugay, especially with the net. It was almost a tricky shot, but you know, sometimes in volleyball, the net may be your best friend or your worst enemy, so it was in favor for Miriam College there.
But dito kay Makapugay, I think during that time, it is her best friend. Another ace here for Miriam College, courtesy of Makapugay.
So back-to-back points. Sometimes you do need those players to act as your spark plugs to gain momentum and really uplift the energy of the team so that you can have a better system ongoing. But this time around, that's a service error coming from Makapugay.
And you know what, Richie, for me, I really admire these girls because at this very young age, I know that more than the physical strength, the mental fortitude that they can actually develop, diba, at this very young age. So, napakagaling. So, at this very young age, they are already trained, you know, to be a fighter. So, let's see.
And that's their second service ace for this set. And it's very early in the set. They've already had two.
Saraspe now here on deck to serve. No clear advantage for both squads. And another error here from Assumption.
Setter Sulit now on deck to serve for Miriam College. That means she has three spikers rather, in front.
So here for Assumption, they need to be extra careful on their defense because full rotation tayo dito here for Miriam. This will be an easy ball. An easy ball again ang binigay dito ng Miriam to Assumption. Another easy free ball here, Richie. And this time, this will be another easy pickup. Good defense dito on the side of Miriam. Floor defense as well here for Assumption. Long rally alert. Lucky break there coming from Caitlin Chua.
Yeah, Chua just using the hands of the blocker to get that point.
And sometimes, you know, yung mga mahabang rally na yun, Richie, I mean, talagang sometimes if you cannot outpower your opponent, it's really better to outsmart them. And kita natin, Caitlin Chua, again, just using the hands of the blockers to her advantage.
Great attempt there coming from Saraspe, but unfortunately, medyo napatulak yata, and it sailed out for that drop ball.
And this is a very crucial part of the game, Richie. We're already going halfway through, and errors here on the side of Assumption is piling up. And that huddle was powered by Smart 5G.
Okay? Susundan mo yung bola kung saan pupunta. Okay. Again, variation sa spike. Okay? Sobrang taas naman kasi yung drop ball mo. Drop ball just behind the blocker. Okay, come on girls. Galaw, 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 galaw. Guys, Hollywood to cheer! Hey, one.
Coach Amy just reminding her girls to really guard the balls, especially when the attackers of the other side are giving those drop balls, because most often than not, it just lands behind them. So it really is just taking care of your positions inside of the court to cover your spikers.
And now let's see if they can translate that timeout into a point. And this will be for sure a free ball on the side of Assumption. So what will be the play here for Assumption. 1-2 play. Again, an error here for Assumption.
Now, coming from a free ball from Miriam, I feel like Assumption may need to take advantage of those easy balls and convert them into plays.
Because Richie, we've seen earlier, ang dami ng mga chances na nabigay dito ng Miriam to Assumption. Unfortunately, they failed to convert that one.
Now, as much as possible, you want to be making your own points.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see now how they will turn these things around now that they got a free point from Miriam.
And right now, we're already halfway through to our first set. I'm looking for that clean hit dito coming from, I must say, for Assumption, and might as well that could boost their confidence.
Third service ace coming from Assumption College. So even though they are still looking for that groove when it comes to their attacks, you see them putting in effort into making these service aces.
And if you can actually convert point from the service deck, then why not? And this might as well back-to-back points dito for Assumption.
Better presence of mind coming from Assumption.
And this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. And that smart powered play was brought to you by Smart Power All 99 Load Now.
Credit Cordoves for that attack.
That is a service error.
That's their third as well.
Yeah. But still, I think this is still very manageable dito for Assumption. This is just a 3-point lead for Miriam. And Miriam have a very tall front line here. Pick up there. Assumption, there's going to be a free ball on the side of Miriam. Reverse set. AC pickup from Assumption. Let's see if they can convert this time. Not yet. An error here and a point here for Assumption.
That underhand set was a bit too close to the net for her spiker to adjust.
And I can see here that both squad, I don't know if it's the set or if it's their reception, they're really having a hard time to, setting the ball to their spikers. I think maybe resulting to, for a spiker, having a hard time as well to convert that set into a point.
I guess it's also a team effort when it comes to the first ball, calling out the serves. Like from the service, you should be able to get that first ball to your setter.
And just like that, you know, mga simple tip. Well, I mean, nandun yung defense. I think they just need to be more intentional on getting that ball.
And again, this is what Coach Amy was warning the girls a while ago, that some of the plays that are coming to them are actually just drop balls or variated attacks. So they need to watch out for those because more often than not, it's not a strong serve coming to them.
And wala pa nga, I mean, I haven't seen yet a hard spike dito. I mean, for both squads. So that should be an easy pickup ka dito for Miriam. And again, if you're having a hard time converting points from your attack, might as well you also need to minimize your errors because you're giving free points dito sa kalaban mo. Opportunity here again for Miriam. Another opportunity dito to Miriam College. And this time they're going to a reverse set. Good pickup here. Overcooks that one. This will be a point here for Assumption.
Overcalculated for that attack.
And also, I think she's underneath that ball. And Ere Labuhain here on deck to serve. Well, a while ago, yung mga teammates niya was able to register a service ace. Well, let's see if Buhain can also make one for her squad. Free ball here for Assumption. I'm looking for them if they can convert a point this time. Not yet.
Better movement though from Assumption.
Free ball again dito sa Miriam College. They can actually pick up that ball. But the question is if they can convert. Yes, they did, Richie.
Let's see that play once again. See, even though it came from an underhand set, she was still able to adjust and get that point. And that's what Coach Amy was saying a while ago. Just put the ball over and be careful also with the attacks that you give.
And also, a point is still a point. And this time, I mean, confusion still here on the side of Assumption. But again, it's still a manageable lead. Just 3 points here ang kalamangan ng Miriam. I mean, they need to pass better dito on the side of Assumption, and that is inside.
Beautiful placement there coming from Jimenez from a pipe row attack.
Let's hit one more time. Lucky break dito. Just proper placement and looking for that empty spot on the side of Miriam.
And just hitting that line perfectly though.
And this time now, confusion. This will be another opportunity dito for Assumption, but they're going to give a chance here to Miriam College. That is in.
And that's what you like about Miriam College. Every time, sometimes they may have an error or a mistake, they're able to adjust quickly and get that point and bounce back right away.
Well, good point. You know, as a player, Richie, it's not every day that you get the set that you like. And the most importantly, yes, you commit an error, but most importantly, you should know how to bounce back. And I think that is the essence of the sport, because it's not all about winning, but of course, bouncing back from losing as well.
And I guess when you bounce back, that's also when you're able to apply your learnings from that mistake as well.
I must say, and ito Richie, itong mga batan to, they're still young, a bright future, a lot of promise. But dito, Miriam, just 5 more points to secure first set. Sa gitna dinala, and it's still in here.
Again, we just see na placement lang talaga yung ginagawa ng Miriam College, especially when they see that Assumption is out of their positions already. So it's very smart and really good volleyball IQ for Miriam.
And here for Assumption, they need to be extra careful on their floor defense.
Free point there for Assumption.
And since here Miriam already on the verge of getting this first set, kanina nakita natin Assumption able to register like 3 service aces. Well, if they can load up their services just to destroy itong service reception ng Miriam, this will be a free ball and opportunity now here for Assumption to create a play. And there's a violation.
Di abot ang tita! Nice!
Don't worry, be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're back here in Miriam College. Just few more points and maybe to get their first win here in this competition. But here Assumption, they really need to work out special in their floor defense. But this is still manageable here for Assumption. Almost an ace, and that is an ace here for Miriam College, courtesy of Chloe Makapugay.
Third service ace here coming from MC.
A lot to work out here on the side of Assumption. Their service reception is a must here at this point. And still, they're struggling on that service reception. Opportunity here for Miriam. Good dig there. Easy pick up. Miriam now, that is not over. Saraspe here, Richie on deck to serve, which means they're setter at the back. So three spikers up front, more option for them for attack.
You know, it's good now that we've been seeing Assumption developing their first ball, especially from the free balls that Miriam has been giving them. We'll see how Zaraspa, their setter, will be able to distribute her sets and activate her spikers.
And at this point, Zaraspa need to be the heart and soul of the team. She really need to showcase her talent dito para makapag-convert yung Miriam.
That brings Miriam to set point.
Oh
Good
yes.
set there from Sulit.
And that has been the sweet spot dito sa Miriam kanina pa sa zone na yon. Palagi nakapuntos itong Miriam. But this time, well, that is in. It's called in. Which means the Miriam College get this first set contra Assumption San Lorenzo. Let's take on the winning serve. Who have thought that that will catch the line here for Miriam College, winning their first set here in Game 4 contra Assumption. And our first set here, 25-19.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Let's all party! Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride! With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on. We still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Miriam College here finally get their first win here, 25-19 contra Assumption College San Lazaro. And Richie, can you bring us back on what happened, what exciting thing happened during the first set?
Well, I would like to highlight, of course, the service aces that both teams actually had. They had 3 apiece, but then also we have to minimize the errors that were committed, especially with the floor defense and the service aces as well, coming from both teams. But we also saw a lot of people activated here for Miriam College, such as their middle spikers and their open spikers as well, such as Makapugay, Mangahas. And let's see how they'll be able to convert more points in the second set.
And I'm hoping that here for Assumption, they're able to shake off itong pressure and all the jitters na nangyari during the first set. And let's see how they're going to bounce back. This time here, hoping for a much better showcase on the side of Assumption. But here for Miriam, just one more set to finally get and register their first win here in the competition.
Coming from that set, I'm sure that our coaches, Coach Albert and Coach Amy, are able to give instructions to their girls and to really activate their spikers this time around.
And our player in focus is presented by pusup.com. Join now for free. At this time here, itong si Chloe Makapugay has been one of the bright stars here on the side of Miriam. 6 big points, 1 set alone. So let's see if that will continue here on the side of Miriam. Well, better reception dito on the side of Assumption. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza in chicken and mojos now.
Faulty error here coming from MC. It was a good first ball from Makapugay, although that set was a bit too close to the net, making it very difficult for them to adjust. Free point here for AC.
Here for Assumption. Saraspe, their setter, struggling during the first set. And right now, she has the liberty of having 3 spikers here in front. And let's see how she's going to maximize that one. Easy point dito for Assumption. Aliana Sulit on deck to serve here. She got a couple of points during the first set.
1-2 play for Assumption.
I think they're still having problem on their set in Richie on the side of Assumption.
A bit of frustration shown here by our players. So I guess it's really that mental toughness that you also get inside the court, that you have to be a leader in not just with your actions but also the emotions that you give inside the court.
And of course, they really need to translate whatever, strategy they talked to before the second set. And good point now here for Assumption, tying things up at 2.
A good block there coming from Assumption. So you see them actually adjusting in their net defense. Na ngayon, mas nababasa na nila yung mga spikers ng kalaban.
And maganda, right now, Richie activated na yung middle dito ng Assumption. And maybe that is just the missing point during the first set. And let's see if magtutuloy-tuloy on here in the second set.
Good first ball and quickly activating their middle spiker as well. So binabalik lang din nila yung pinapakita ng Assumption. So I guess now that we're in the second set, they were able to warm up during the first, and we'll see more movement and activation for both of our teams.
Well, good point. Well, let's see if they can continue to activate everybody here inside the court. As Assumption scored another one. Well, this is a much better start here for Assumption. I think all of their points, 2 out of 3, are courtesy of a clean hit.
Free ball for Miriam. Chance ball.
This will be an easy pickup. Oh, miscommunication dito on the side of Assumption.
A good effort there for Zaraspe to save that ball. I guess it's really taking that control and responsibility on getting all the balls na dapat walang babagsak na bola.
And I think that is one of the vision of this league. I mean, to really develop the Philippine volleyball. I mean, these girls in its grassroots level, and it's a good exposure for them. Meanwhile, dito, Miriam College, Mangaha scoring her first ace here in this match. Good pass now. Let's see if they can convert a point. Yes, they did.
Good decision making there. That was Lascano for Assumption College. Just seeing that she had blockers in front of her and just deciding to drop that ball instead of making it into a strong spike.
And I must say, Richie, this is a way, way better start for both squads. If you're going to compare that during the first set. Easy pickup. Reverse set, but this will be an easy one. Let's see kung paano mako-convert dito ang Miriam.
That net ball is difficult to revive.
We're now tied at 5. Well, I see more intention here during the second set, more effort.
Especially from Assumption.
Oh, and way much better, and I hope they are able to shake off yung pressure and yung jitters pagpasok ng second set.
For Miriam, they can't be complacent with the errors that they may commit. So we'll see how they will adjust. But for now, we see good movement on the floor. But again, another error for Miriam College.
And I think for both squads, Richie, I mean, there are new teams here in the
Yes.
competition and they really need to use to be seen on cam for 1 week and, you know, display their skills here on camera. This time, team captain on deck to serve. That's not that good of a reception.
And that communication aspect is what we're looking for both teams.
Just like that. But of course, if you're still playing at this level, Richie, if you're committing an error, I think there's really nothing to be ashamed of. You know, Shakey is one of your training ground. So, I mean, you just need to play your game and try to translate whatever instruction yung binibigay dito ng kanilang mga coaches.
Yes.
And this time, again, this will be a free ball opportunity. Another opportunity dito for Miriam. Opportunity now. Let's see if they can convert. Not yet. Oh.
Closer match we have here in the second set. We see Assumption has been doing those adjustments, but Miriam also needing to be more vocal inside the court. That's what we were missing in this set that they had in the first set, that they were able to take control and to be more confident in how they play. But now I guess that they see Assumption adjusting to how they play. They've been a bit more quiet, or maybe they also need to make adjustments for their team.
Well, let's see if they can at this time, Richie. Because there has been a lot of like free ball already that both squads failed to convert. Just like that one. Let's see if Miriam can convert. This will be an easy one.
Oh, and that will be a lifting violation for Assumption College. Medyo nagulat siya na nag-over pa yung bola sa net. So now we have a tied game. We'll see how each team will adjust to be able to gain that momentum. They do need to pull away from each other, especially when it comes to a tight match like this.
Exactly. Well, I like that point, Richie, that they need to pull away to each other, especially that we're about to go through halfway through right now.
Makapugay once again variating her attacks. A while ago we saw her with drop balls, but then this time it's just soft touches that she knows the players of Assumption actually step back to prepare for that attack.
So good point. But this time, let's see if lalayo na ba dito ang Miriam, or if Assumption, if they can still stay close dito sa Miriam College.
That will land right on the line, awarding that point to Miriam College. It was a bit high and it confused the players of Assumption, not knowing if it was going to go out or inside.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And right now, you're still tuning in to 2025 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational 2025. And on your screen, of course, one of my idols when she's still playing in Ateneo, C. Hervasio, currently the FEU Volleyball Program Director. Because next game, Richie will going to witness FEU, old foes, familiar rivals going against UST.
So that's an exciting game that you will have to tune in here in the Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational League Rising Stars Cup.
And it's really so nice to see Richie, the former UAP star, still going back to high school division just to pave way for the next generations of stars. And you see the support naman of former UAP athletes andito pa din, watching and supporting these young stars.
You know, some of them also came from this league. Like we have Netura, we have Retuerta, who are actually who were discovered also here in the Shakey Super League. Dongalio, of course, the Stars of California academy that are now in the collegiate level and are actually proving so many things to their name.
Of course, not to mention, I mean, let's not forget, of course, Ara Panique is currently
And
part
Bombita, yes.
oh yeah, of Alas Pilipinas.
Who came from Naga College.
Exactly, and it's really so nice to see them, you know, grow right before our own eyes, and now one of the promising stars on the collegiate level.
I guess that's the beauty as well of the exposure they get from leagues that have so much potential. And as we see our girls here from Assumption College and Miriam College as well, having better movement inside the court.
But this time, ito, napapadami na yung mga regalo dito for both squads. But still, they failed to convert that point.
Good effort there for Makapugay to bring that ball to zone 1, but unfortunately, too much of an angle that caused it to go out.
And with the match this close to Richie, you know, you really cannot afford to commit an error and to give away free points to your opponent.
So first time in today's match, Assumption is actually leading
by 1 here. But they need to, aside from the errors na binibigay dito ng Miriam, they really need to create their own point.
Make that a 2-point lead. So this is what we have been looking for from Assumption, is to really minimize their errors and commit their own points.
But of course, if you're Assumption, you would really think here, Miriam College, sa mga libreng puntos na binibigay nila sa kanilang koponan. But
this time, yun na nga sinasabi natin kanina, ang bilis mag-bounce back ng Miriam.
And because of that, that Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by Smart's Power All 99. Load now. Isa na lamang inahabol dito ng Miriam. But they'll be giving away free points again dito for Assumption.
More errors here committed by Miriam College.
For Assumption here, their captain, their setter, Isabel Zaraspe on deck to serve, which means more options dito on their side. 3 spikers up front. This will be a reverse set. Overcooks at 1. Sulit now here for Miriam. And of course, the makers of some stars from UST, Coach Kung Fu, always very supporting to his players. Because up next, dito nga sabi ko, old rivals, familiar foes, FEU and UST. But you're still tuning here. Miriam going against Assumption. Solid here serving for Miriam College. Good pick up here, Zaraspe now. This time, good pick up. Let's see if they can convert a point. That will not be over. A point here for Assumption.
Another free point for Assumption. A bit of complacency and lack of movement here for Miriam. Not as confident as they were in the first set. So we'll see the adjustment that they may need to do.
In every match that you're in, I mean, for me, there's really no room for complacency. The killer instinct should be there. This time, reverse set. Reverse set. Another error dito from Miriam College. I mean, nadadami-dami na itong errors ng Miriam. Micaela Garcia now here on deck to serve. Their defense and service specialist. Let's see if she can make an impact dito sa Assumption. But timeout here right now.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And right now, Assumption, lamang ng tatlo dito. Contra Miriam College. And they're on deck to serve here. There's service and defense specialists, and meanwhile, good number of crowd here. Of course, some of them, yung mga magulang, the mga players natin, of course, supporting their children here as they play in the Rising Star Cup dito ng Shakey's. The free ball now, Assumption College, they have an opportunity to convert a point combination. First combination play of the day, and it works here for Assumption.
Better activation coming from Assumption, making her attackers actually move around inside the court, especially because we see na nakabantay na rin ng Miriam for the blocks.
And I think it really works here now for Assumption. That's the first time, Richie, na nakita natin na nagkaroon ng combination dito for both squads, and it works. Lamang ng 4 dito ang Assumption. But Miriam now have an opportunity to convert a point and to trim down yung kalamangan dito ng Assumption.
Set was a bit too wide, pero nagawan pa rin ang panaan. Free point here.
Saraspe now, pumunta sa gitna. Good pickup. Oh! Failed to control her momentum. Another error and another point dito for Assumption.
It's a good time out there called by Coach Amy. She was still able to give instructions to her girls.
And Miriam now, they need to be extra careful. 5 na yung kalamangan dito ng Assumption. Well, they have a very good start during the first set. But this time, you really never know kung kailan magkakaroon ng momentum yung opponent mo. Assumption now, Miriam College rather, overcooks that one again, which means 6 na, Richie, yung kalamangan dito ng Assumption.
Assumption has been doing really well in minimizing their errors and putting that ball over, having a steady pace when it comes to their service and getting the ball back from Miriam.
And also, they've got a lot of help dito coming from Miriam.
That breaks their momentum, giving a free point to Miriam College.
And Assumption giving back the favor to Miriam after that service error. And here now for Miriam College is Charlene C. Let's see if there will be an instant impact and contribution coming from C here for Miriam. Regalo ang binigay dito. Regalo converted into point. 2 straight points for Miriam College. On deck to serve here.
Good serve for Miriam College and a service ace coming from C.
And I was just actually asking for some contribution or if she can make an impact dito. And again, instant impact nga. Charlene C. Oh, that good service. Another loaded service there coming from C. Opportunity now here for Miriam College. 1-2 play will not work. Sa parte. This time, deflected by the hands of the blockers. No touch.
Unfortunate error, especially because C actually manned that floor really well, coming from service aces and defending the ball when it comes to them. But an error was committed, giving that point to Miriam, to AC rather.
And most of the errors dito ng Miriam College came from sa mga outside hits ng mga spikers nila. Lack of follow through. Most of them are underneath that ball. But not that one as they score another point for their squad.
Bilis din bumawi itong Miriam College. That's why they have been adjusting also to how they set and kung sino mga ina-activate nila na spikers.
And here for Assumption, no room for complacency. Ang kinakailangan natin dito, yung panapos for Miriam. But let's see if Assumption can tie things up here.
Great placement for Assumption to hit that ball right in the middle. Let's see that play once again. An underhand set. Harder to adjust. She was already out of place, but she was still able to time herself properly to get that attack.
A point converted from a broken play. And you know, as an outside hitter talaga, it is not every day that you're going to get a good set. So you really know how to adjust. But this time, oh, that is still in. Adjusting one more time. This will be an easy one for Assumption. They need to convert a point if they want to have a 5-point lead dito kontra Miriam. But Miriam, meanwhile, long rally so far.
Chance for Miriam here. Good first ball.
Opportunity here again. But the floor defense of Assumption is really very amazing at this point.
Good
Sa gitna binigay and Richie. It is still playable.
This is the longest rally
Yeah.
so far.
And this time now. Opportunity here for Miriam again one more time. Good defense, good read there. But confusion and miscommunication happens here on the side of Assumption.
And that kind of point will give so much confidence to your team. Let's just see that celebration coming from Miriam after that error of AC.
And sa Raspe, miscommunication to her hitters kung paano ba, ano yung magiging play niya during that sequence. 3-point lead here for Assumption. Good pick up sa Raspe now. What will be the play? Reverse set.
Good setup. Unfortunately, parang nalunod dun si Makapugay. Came in too early before that set.
It looks as if they've lost their spring on their shoes right now because again, most of the errors nga dito ng Miriam is dun sa mga hitting nila. I mean, sometimes they're underneath that ball, lack of follow through on their attacks, giving away free points here for Assumption. And Assumption, of course, if you're Assumption, you would really want to take advantage dito nga sa mga libreng puntos. But meanwhile, here for Miriam, again! Assumption now on 4 more points to tie things up dito kontra Miriam College.
Good first ball.
Yeah. But they need to convert now.
They need to put more power into those attacks. Now that naaabangan na sila ng Assumption, but this time they were variating their attacks, just dropping that ball with a nice angle as well. I think Assumption was expecting a powerful attack, but then she was still able to peep to the other side of the court where no one was actually there.
And for Miriam here, both of your spikers on the left and right wing are struggling to convert a point, and good decision there from the setter, recognizing that meron pa palang gitna to can actually contribute a point for their school. But here Tejedo now on deck to serve.
Substitution also from Miriam College.
Apat ang inahabol dito ng Miriam. But another error here on their end. Services here for Miriam College has been really shaky since the start of set 2.
Number 14, Brianna Cordovis. I'd like to serve for Assumption.
Cordova is now back inside the court, and in the first set, you saw that she was being starting to be activated as well. So we'll see how she may end this set into a win.
Well, let's see now if there will be an impact after the substitution.
Good adjustment for Makapugay, and that hits the line, awarding that point to MC.
And Makapugay finally converting a point after that series of hitting errors a while ago. And that catches the line.
A bit too high for her, that's why she was still able to adjust. Now that she's in the back row to serve, we'll see how she can contribute now in the defense of the team.
Well, defense is really very important for you to have an offense, but this time...
Possible free ball.
Definitely a free ball now. Opportunity here for Miriam College. What will be the play? Oh, this will be another free ball as well. Ang binigay dito ng Miriam to Assumption. Back to back free ball. It might be a long rally now. And this time, too close to the net.
Faulty error there for Miriam.
And timeout now has been called here for Miriam College.
Abot ang tita. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's a plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Back in action here. And Assumption, just 2 more points to tie things up here contra Miriam College. Sa party now on deck to serve. And Assumption has a lot of opportunity. 3 spikers here up front here for Assumption. More options for Saparte. This will be a shaky reception that will lead Assumption to set point.
Good service ace here for their setter.
So during the first set, Richie, I think nakatatlo or naka-apat na service aces itong Assumption. They could actually bank on that string if they want to snatch or if they want to win this match against Miriam. But yes, they did. And Assumption wins second set 25-18 with a little bit of help as well coming from Miriam on those errors. But good showing, good recovery and bounce back here on the side of Assumption. Assumption now snatching the second set contra Miriam College 25-18.
Hindi abot ang tita. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on. We still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's a plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're now tied at 1 set apiece. Assumption here getting the second set here contra Miriam 25-18. And what went well during the second set? Richie, why Assumption able to get this set contra Miriam College?
Well, first of all, Assumption minimized their errors and actually activated their spikers right away. So it was a good response coming from Assumption, especially because set 1 was a bit of a struggle for them. In regards naman to Miriam, they were struggling in composing themselves, especially with the errors that were committed. It was just a lack of bounce back and feet to fighter energy for Miriam. So let's see now that we're in the third set how the adjustments from both coaches will be made.
I'm looking forward to that, Richie, and I think, I really love watching extended matches like this, Richie, because I think we are learning a lot of takeaways here. For Miriam, of course, the lesson of bouncing back, and for Miriam naman of having this killer instinct, and of course, no room for complacency. But right now, third set na tayo, last set, last chance here for both squad. Let's see who can get their first win here in this competition.
The pressure is on for both teams now that they have accomplished a one-set win for each of them. So we'll see how they will be able to modify their adjustments as well.
And this time here, you can see Assumption and Miriam College laser focus. Everybody really wanted to get this first, that elusive win here in Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational. And this set is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery Order, your favorite thin crust pizza in chicken and mojos now.
C on deck to serve for Miriam College, and we saw in the second set that she was a substitute player, but she was able to contribute with a service ace as well as guarding the court that actually gave Miriam the chances to really develop those plays and activate their spikers, because she was able to give first ball and defend that floor for Miriam.
Well, a big contribution.
And now she's starting for the third set.
More than the scoring skills, itong mga non-scorings, mga little contributions, especially on covering the floor here for their squad.
So I guess her contribution in the second set was enough for Coach Albert to actually put her in and start with her, getting that, hopefully to get that advantage for them in this third set.
And she'll be there on the service deck, ready to serve here for Miriam College. That is a good serve. Almost an ace. And yes, that is an ace. Instant point here.
Great team effort there coming from Assumption, but that point will be for Miriam. Good serve coming from C.
And Richie, you're right. There's really a reason why right now she's a starting player here for Coach Albert. Instant point, puntos agad via serve. But unfortunately, na commentators jinx natin naman yata doon, Richie.
Yeah, we'll see how she will man that defense for Miriam. A while ago, kinukuha niya lahat ng bola kahit hindi niya sa kanya. So I guess it's also an advantage for her to be with a libero inside the court.
Well, let's see now. Well, good. First of all, I must say. Whoa!
Walang kumuha ng second ball. Point will be awarded to Miriam.
Well, I think here for Assumption, I mean, they were able to work out yung passing nila during the second set, but communication, they need to retain that, they need to strengthen that, because for sure itong Miriam, they're going to bounce back here. So it now, good serve!
Second service ace for Miriam.
And I think here for Miriam, I think they're able to identify the weakest link dito for Assumption. Another loaded serve, but good pickup here. This will be
tricky first ball.
Still playable.
So this was the Miriam College energy that we felt in the first set that we were missing in the second. So I guess medyo nagising na rin sila from that set loss. Better movement here.
And nabanggit mo, Richie, itong Miriam, they have this ability to bounce back after an error, and I think they're bouncing back big time right now. That is a 4-1 run dito for Miriam.
It's a good first ball, but that is an even better block and anticipation coming from the middle spikers of Miriam College. That's Bangoy.
And blocking and services here really works right now for Miriam. Just on cue, another ace dito for Miriam College.
Three service aces for Miriam College.
Don't worry, be only with Smart Power All 99. na bitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're back here as Miriam College really bouncing back big time after that upset in the second set. Another load services here.
Good call of a timeout to break the momentum of Miriam College. Assumption was able to make their adjustments and actually break the momentum Miriam was gaining.
And Cordoves, just simple volleyball, just recognizing where to put that ball. And Assumption breaking that momentum. But let's see now, Miriam College. Dito, free ball ang binigay sa Assumption. But sa parte, setting violation here.
A frustrating error there coming from Zaraspe.
And sa Raseball, kita mo, what I really like about a team sport is that you see after that error from their team
Everyone was
captain,
comforting,
exactly.
yes.
They know how hard the job of a setter, Richie, and you see naman everybody really comforting that it's okay. And let's see if she can bounce back here. Reverse set. Masyadong mababa.
The set was a bit too far from the setter.
Malaki ng kalamangan dito ng Miriam College, who will go home with a win on their record. Another loaded service here on the side of Miriam.
Better set for Zaraspe, but that will sail out, awarding that point to Miriam once again. Bangoy comfortably serving.
And you also have to admire Isabela Fajardo here, really very vocal in each and every timeout. A leader inside there, and that error, another point here for Assumption. Jimenez now, Sofia Jimenez serving here for Assumption. Shakey first ball. What gagawa ng paraan ni Tejedo? No! A point here for Assumption.
Set was a bit too long for MC. Piling on those errors, which are free points for Assumption. Now, this is also what happened in the second set. Medyo dumadami yung errors ng MC. That's why Assumption was able to take advantage and minimize theirs. So they have to take care of the lead that they've already accomplished.
But this will be an easy one for Assumption. Let's see if they can convert. No! Joust at the net. Assumption now. Another opportunity to convert a point.
Good save from C.
This will be a free ball now. Opportunity for Miriam to create a play. Pumunta sa gitna. Free ball as well. Turn into a point.
With the help of the net, Garcia was able to bring that ball over.
And you know, a while ago lamang itong Miriam College, Richie. I mean, you played before and how hard it is mentally, especially if yung errors mo sa players nagka-pile up na.
I guess that's the point of mental toughness, especially when you make errors. You need to have that grit in yourself to really want to bounce back and put more effort into not committing that same mistake again. But first, let's see this play.
And that Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by Smart's Power All 99 load now. And I could not agree more, Richie. I mean, volleyball more than, you know, physical strength. I think it is strength. on your mental fortitude. But this time, an error here coming from Mangahas.
It's 4 errors already for MC. So 4 free points for AC.
And you don't want to happen what happened during the second set. You've helped Assumption because of your errors, just like that.
Another miscommunication coming from MC.
From 6-point lead, nakalamangan dito ng Miriam College.
It's very important for them to take care of their lead.
Oh, yeah. And for sure, our coaches here for both squads are teaching that kind of killer instinct then to our players, because there's in collegiate level, there's really no room for complacency. But this time, let's see what will be the play, because this will be an opportunity now here for Miriam College. Punta sa gitna, and that is inside.
Lands right on that line. Tejido with a drop ball.
You know, sometimes it doesn't matter how hard or how strong your hit is.
Yes.
What's important is you score a point for a squad. A point is still a point, and let's see if that will bring back the momentum dito on the side of MC.
That's the importance of converting those free balls into actual plays.
This will be a lucky break. Sometimes, sabi mo, Richie, the net is either best friend
Or your worst enemy.
Your worst enemy. But on that time, it appears as if that the net is her best friend. This time now. Yes, well, good eye coming from our first referee.
And that was our second referee who
Our
called
second
that
referee.
net error.
And I think that is Charlene C. chasing that volleyball and failed to control her momentum. Oh, still in, it's still playable. You know, those unforced errors talaga really killing the momentum for both squads. They really need to control and minimize that error.
Tejido now on deck to serve for Miriam.
Tejido, we've seen a couple of points sa gitna, courtesy of her, but this time, let's see. Well, I think here for Miriam, in order for them to also utilize and maximize itong mga middles natin, they really need to have a good pass. Long ball works here on the side of Assumption. Lascano on deck to serve here for the ladies in blue. Adjusting here. C.
Set was a bit too near the net. Actually, that's a very hard set to adjust to if you're a spiker, especially if it's coming from behind.
Let's listen in. Miriam College on a timeout.
Okay? Kasi, pag pumasok yon, disgrasya pa sa atin. Okay? Hey, sure ball ang service. Trabaho ka, trabaho kayo. Mika, asan ka na? Likod? Okay, trabaho ka dyan, ha? Dito yung pwesto mo, opposite, opposite. Zone 1 ang pwesto mo. Okay? Forget about open. Kay opposite yung pwesto mo ngayon. Okay? Pag pumalo ka, hindi ganon. Kailangan with wrist snap. Okay? Come on, let's go, let's go. That's what I want to see.
And that huddle was powered by Smart 5G.
Very direct instructions from Coach Amy.
Specifically, Coach Amy trying to emphasize yung risk action dito ng mga girls.
And of course, the responsibility inside the court as well. And to be careful of those risky sets coming from Miriam, especially pag nag-over na yung bola, because sometimes it can also result to an injury. But at that point, good presence of mind coming from AC.
And what a respond, after a timeout, scoring right away. And that smart powered up play was brought to you by Smart's Power All 99. Load now. Immediately, Richie translating the instruction dito na binigay ni Coach Amy.
Yes. That's advantage also of being so tall for Assumption. That's Cordoves.
Yeah. But dito right away, bumawi itong Miriam. But what happened, Richie? Bring us back because kanina nakita natin, laki na kalamangan dito ng Miriam. But all of a sudden, ito na, just one point lead din na lang dito ang Miriam College.
Well, in the previous sequences, there were a lot of errors that were committed, so maybe they may need to adjust that. Their movement inside the court, especially in making sure that they're able to produce the same amount of energy. But first, let's talk about the Division 2 pooled groupings.
We have two divisions here right now, but let's discuss the Division 2. Richie, all schools are new to Shakey's and Pool E. Kita natin, of course, our host, LaSalle Green Hills, Miriam College, and of course, Assumption na naglaro dito. They're in Pool E. In Pool F naman, another Assumption school in Antipolo, St. Paul, St. Teresa College in QC. Of course, Immaculate Conception and Dumushula International Schools are playing in Pool F. All new names here, Richie, in 2025 GVIL.
Well, of course, it is the 50th anniversary of Shakey's that they have been supporting girls and women's volleyball for the longest time. So it's such a nice idea to have so many new invites to experience the exposure that these young girls can have, especially with their dreams of becoming such volleyball inspirations.
Definitely. And I think it relives our battle cry, Richie, to support and advocate, of course, the Philippine volleyball in this grassroots level. At lumalaki yung pamilya natin dito. Imagine from 18 teams just last year, we have 30 teams.
Yes.
From 30 teams ready to showcase their talent. But meanwhile, bumalik ang kalamangan dito to Miriam College, 14-13. We're already halfway through on the tail end of this match. Let's see who will take advantage.
Well, it's another adjustment, especially because they've switched courts.
Oh, yeah.
Zaraspe to the back. Good first ball there by C.
This time, that is in. That is inside here for Miriam.
Make that lead into 2 points. Let's see that play once again. First ball was good. Sulit was able to activate Mangahas for that attack.
Well, it's kind of very deceiving din kasi yung palo ni Mangahas. But I also thought that it will go outside because walang spin and walang follow through. And this time, 3-point na ang lamang dito ng Miriam.
Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's a plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And now we're back here as things shifted because Miriam College lamang dito ng tatlo, but let's see if Assumption can make a way to bounce back big time and get their first win here in this competition.
Yeah, that timeout was to break the momentum of Miriam because they've been serving very well. And for that, Assumption was able and successful to break that momentum.
And just when you said, Richie, that they're serving really well, here comes the commentator's jinx, sulit on that error. But right now, isa na lamang kalamangan dito. 2-point lead here for Miriam, 16-14 as Cordoves serving here for Assumption. Oh, costly error dito on the side of Miriam. A quick substitution, Tejada substituting Cordoves. Basically for defense purposes. Because they only need to chase one more point to tie things up here contra Miriam College. Tejada now getting ready to serve. That is too short. And it's going to be a point here. Well, I think lucky break here for Tejada, Richie. I think there's no whistle yet. Take 2 here for Tejada. And you need to make up from that mistake. Pressure moments. But still an error dito for Tejada. Frustration dito. Kita mo on Coach Amy's face. And our coach is Richie right now doing some strategy here on substitution for defense purposes dito. Pinasok.
Sometimes maybe both of our coaches are also looking for that magic bunot.
Oh yun, magic bunot. No, someone could actually bring some spark sa game. This will be free ball. Let's see if Miriam can convert a point here. No, opportunity now here for Assumption. And yes, they did convert a point. We're tied at 17.
It was a wide set coming from Zaraspe, but it was still a good spike and conversion for Spiker.
Yeah.
Good serve by Jimenez.
Yeah, good serve. Now, ang kailangan gawin ito ng Assumption is to convert a point because it is a free ball. Unfortunately, they did not.
It's important as a setter, it's important to really see your spikers, especially when you set up a ball. That's the kind of communication and connection that you need to have, especially with your middle blockers, if you want to activate them, because they're the ones that have the most movement and the most space when it comes to spiking the ball.
Of course, Richie could not agree more. You're a setter once. But this time, tabla tayo at 18, and at this point, it could still be anybody's game. So everybody really need to contribute here. Because Richie, itong dalawang school na to, they haven't gotten any win so far here in the competition. So whoever wins at this point will surely have a W on their record. But this will be, I think that is out. Oh, that is outside.
Second attack error coming from C.
And right now, Garcia on deck to serve. Good serve. Loaded service. They goes to open.
Good save
Good
coming
save.
from Arnevero.
Up another opportunity here coming from C. But is it a pick up here by Assumption?
No play execution here, but lucky shot for C to get that ball over. Just a tip of her hand, and it was still able to confuse the defensive line for Assumption.
And Coach Albert, I mean, from the very beginning that he bring in itong si C. I mean, hindi niya na nalabas. I mean,
yes,
for defense and offense purposes, C can actually contribute. At this time, let's see. That will be an easy one for Assumption, but an easy ball as well here on the side of Miriam. What will be the point?
Good activation by Sulit to her spikers. That's Lascano for Assumption.
And mind you, Richie, itong Assumption already on their 20th marker na. I mean, we're already on the tail end of the competition. We're about to end this match. So here, Miriam College really need to work out, especially on converting points.
Makapugay now back inside the court. Well, Fajardo will serve for AC.
Safe serve. Adjusting there. But here comes Assumption. Sulit goes to the open. And C missed time her approach.
a bit too wide of a set from Sulit to see.
In crucial times here for Miriam College, they've got the lead earlier, Richie. Remember, they're actually like leading like for what, 5, 6 points? And right now, itong Assumption, just 4 more points.
Miriam just struggling in minimizing those errors.
Miriam asking for a check, but no, it will not be given from our referee. Timeout now dito, Miriam College.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're on the verge of ending and to finally see who will win this match, as Assumption leading by 3 here and just 3 more points to finally get their first win here in Shakey's Rising Star Cup. This time now, this will be an opportunity here. Pupunta sa gitna. No, but here comes Assumption.
Faulty error there by Assumption. You do not want to give confidence to MC. Now, this is a test of character, especially on the 3rd set na ganito kadikit yung laban. You really have to stay confident and stabilize your basics when you are playing in a crucial part of the game.
I like your point, Richie, that they should not give any confidence dito nga on the side of Miriam, because for the past sequences, Miriam show us that they can actually bounce back big time. But here comes, well, this will be a challenge for Assumption to close out this match, and a challenge as well for Miriam to bounce back big time.
Now you need to have your steady services while still putting in a lot of effort to make it heavy.
Yeah. Back set. Pumunta sa gitna. Another chance here on the side of Miriam College, but this time another opportunity. Let's see if this could be the 23rd point. No, not yet. Long rally alert here. Sulit now. Another chance for Sino. From the pipe. And both squads showing us great defense. And that will be out. And Richie, this is what you're talking about. Here comes Miriam, and for Assumption, sabi mo nga, they should not give any confidence or any momentum dito.
Now, Miriam taking advantage of those errors. But Lascano doing a good job converting and doing it in the crucial parts of the game.
And talking about crucial part of the game, you know, I could not imagine any pressure right now, especially that both squads really want this win. And ito ang Assumption, just 2 more points, and sometimes, you know, in game, the hardest point to gain is the last 2 points, the match points. But let's see, how are they going to play here? As bibigyan sila dito ng opportunity to Miriam.
No space for mistakes now.
Perfect volleyball. And finally, see. Kita mo rin dito, we have some supporters here at the venue for Miriam College.
Now, see, very dependable when it comes to service and defense. So it might be beneficial for her to be in the back row. Good first ball for Assumption, though. Underhand set.
This time.
Nakapugay making an error.
Oh!
Putting Assumption to match point.
That is a costly error dito for Miriam. And it's in the hand of Saparte, their setter. Oh! What a win for Assumption! And that is courtesy of their setter, Isabel Saraspe. Let's take a look on that winning serve. And right now, Assumption College San Lorenzo finally get their first win here in Shakey's Rising Star Cup.
Assumption College San Lorenzo.
With so much delight coming from Coach Amy, everything finally now paid off. And you can see the smiles from the girls, Trici.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Let's all party. Shakey's fun goes on and on.
Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate.
Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. Shakey's got it going on. We still bring the fun.
With decades of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era. The fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And what a win here for Assumption. It's a well-fought match. 25-19, 25-18. And right now, Richie, this MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken mojos now. Who is our MVP of the match, Richie?
Our MVP of today's match is Sofia Jimenez. She had an amazing 6 points from the attack line and 1 service ace, making it 7 points in total that helped her team for this victory.
And of course, there is again a well-played match. Kita natin, what an exciting game kontra Miriam College here in the third game of the competition. And here comes Sofia Jimenez, our MVP of the match, alongside with her teammates. 7 points, 6 attack, and 1 ace. All smiles as we end our game 4. And let's check out our Smart Powered Up plays brought to you by Smart Power All 99 with 10 gig of data and the access to Facebook or TikTok plus unlimited calls and text to all. Load now.
Well, set 1 was a good matchup, especially for Miriam College, that things were in their favor, especially when activating their spikers middle and their open and the ring spikers as well. Assumption was a bit challenged in this set where they were unable to really minimize their errors, but we'll see how they will adjust that in the second set.
Exactly, and you see on the first set, 3J to Miriam College, they seem very focused. I mean, they outplay Assumption, I think, in some areas like attacking, blocking, and service aces. But come set 2, it's a different story here. For Miriam College, invaluable, there's really no room for complacency. And yung errors dito ng Miriam, nag-take advantage ang Assumption.
Yes.
And also, they created their own point. Reason for them to get this set number 2. At naging factor din dito yung maayos sa setting na kanilang setter na si Isabel sa Raspe compare sa ating set 1.
Yes, it was more confident when Assumption played, and Miriam really had a tough time in bouncing back, especially coming from their errors and the free points that they gave Assumption in this set. As for set number 3, it was a really equal play for both of our teams. But then again, when the errors started caving in, Assumption really took advantage to stabilize themselves in today's game.
Exactly, but I must stay here for Miriam College. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, despite that loss, I mean, they've showed us high caliber girls volleyball, high school volleyball here contra Assumption. But I know that whatever takeaways na nakuha dito ng Miriam College, also for Assumption, they could actually carry that coming into their next games to bounce back big time and to translate whatever learning na nakuha nila in this match. Again, it is Assumption winning this match against Miriam College 19 to 25, 25 to 18, 25 to 22. Again, Assumption, San Lorenzo winning this match, or game number 4. But we still have our game number 5 here as old foes, familiar rivals, Far Eastern University Diliman go against University of Santo Tomas for our last game here in Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational. Let's see you again later here in this match.